So I will request Dr. We have the next speaker for our next session. He's Dr. Prashant Subhash Rao. I think he's present in the panel. Dr. Prashant.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Yeah,
am here.
yeah. Please allow me. I will definitely allow you. So he will be delivering a topic on how to write bibliography in MLA. That's Modern Language Association. So before going to his presentation, it is mandatory to have some insights from his career. As a professor, he has more than 10 years of experience to his credit. As a researcher, he has a good experience in research field. Apart from as a guide, he has guided five research scholars, including PhD and MPhil, and more scholars are under his supervision. As an author, he has written papers, books in the international arena. As an editor, he has acted as an editor in various international and national journals. And of course, as an evaluator, he has evaluated more than 40 theses. So I will welcome Dr. Prashant to have his presentation. Over to you, Dr. Prashant.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Kindly allow me to share my slides.
Yeah, you please take your time, no issue at all.
Is my slide visible to everyone?
Now it might be under process, but it's not visible yet. Please take your time. Yeah, it's now clear. It's now clear. Thank you.
Shall we start?
Yeah, over to you. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, one and all. The convener, President Cape Cameron Trust and Government Degree College, Jammu and Kashmir, and dear participants. At the outset, I need to congratulate the entire team of Cape Cameron Trust and Government Degree College, Jammu and Kashmir, for two basic reasons. First, for organizing international virtual FDP on, we can say, tools and techniques in research from 5th to 12th December, which I think is the need of an hour in the present globalized situation through such a digital platforms. And we are reaching and learning from each other by sitting at our respective home, reaching across the globe. And also, we can say, second for, I think, is inviting internationally acclaimed academicians like Dr. Parvez. When I have gone through the brochure, I have seen few well-known academicians' names. Dr. Parvez from Bangladesh, Dr. Vijay Kumar from Indore, then Dr. Dedi from Philippines, and Dr. Hemraj Bansal from Himachal Pradesh, and just now Dr. Imam Mam from Egypt have delivered their talks on various aspects of tools and techniques in research. And on the forthcoming days as well, till 12th, they are going to deliver their talks related to the main theme of the FDP. So friends, today organizer has given me an opportunity to talk on how to write bibliography with MLA, or sometimes afterwards I thought that let us talk about everything, MLA as well as API style with examples. Okay, so let me clear at the outset that my talk will divide it into 3-4 parts. First, I will talk about what is research, and let's move towards then the bibliography section and what is bibliography, and then I will talk about MLA, that is Modern Language Association of America, and then I will talk about how to write online data, print data, published conference proceedings data, dissertations, lecture notes, then blogs, PowerPoint slides, by using ML style. So let us begin with the first point of my talk is what is research. Uh, Dear participants and friends, as the researcher, everyone is researcher till end of our life, and we can attain recognition through thesis writing. Even we get recognition by article writing, but more, everyone is eager to opt for PhD degree. So, however, this path to do research is not easy. We need to write the research thesis or research articles as per standards given by University Grant Commission, and it requires a lot of patience. A lot of researchers have novelty in their topic. They choose the very good topics, but still are unable to write as per required norms. So it is important to improve quality, follow safeguard ethics, prevent academic misconduct, including plagiarism. So how we need to exclude plagiarism from our thesis? So literature review of literature is an important aspect, and in majority part of our thesis, we need to cite examples with proper giving credit to everyone. So it's very important aspect. So if we are talking about research, research is nothing but systematic objective analysis and recording of controlled observations that may lead to the development of generalization. So this is the in general definition. But if we see, the word research is composed of two syllables, re and search. I'm sure that majority of the participants are from different disciplines, but if we talk morphologically, this word research is composed of two syllables, re and search. So the dictionary defines the former as a prefix, means re, means again, anew, over again, and the latter as a verb, meaning search means to examine closely, carefully, to test and try, or to probe. So in the same way, if you Google it, the research word, if you found out, if you see the thesaurus of this word, you will find various synonyms of this word, like investigation, experimentation, testing, exploration, analysis, fact-finding, examination, then scrutiny, probing, study, inquire into, then look into, and more like a groundworks. So I'm not going in detail about the technological definitions of the research. My primary objective here is to talk about what is research. So the first thing is that we are not inventing something new. Already something is there. I'm not talking about science stream. Okay, we are not inventing, as far as humanities research is concerned, we are not inventing any vaccine for coronavirus, right? But whatever is there, primary data is already there, and we are doing research based on that data. So if we talk about next part of my talk is the bibliography. That is what primary focus of my talk is, that bibliography. So what is bibliography? So bibliography is the list of all the sources used and recommended for further reading by the author at the end of the thesis. Generally, it is at the end of the thesis. Few research supervisor allowed at the end of the chapter as well. But whatever the um, guidelines given by research guide, we need to follow unanimously, or we need to say uniformity should be there in our thesis. So the section must provide enough information on the source that it can check independently. Each citation must contain author's name. This is primary information. Afterwards, I will talk about what is the standard way to write Modern Language Association of America, that is MLA, by referring ninth edition, which has published recently. So, but overall, if you see, each citation in the bibliography contains author's name, the title of the source, name of the publisher, and the year of the publication, page number where the information appears. So the bibliography section comes after the main body of the thesis. That is the standard format. So the format of the part depends on the style adopted for the thesis. In general, there are various styles of writing bibliography. In general, there are three major types. Harvard style is there, MLA style is there, and APA style is there. But let us first talk about this MLA style. So MLA, if you see, the Modern Language Association of America presented their style guide for academic writing in style manual, which published every year or every after 2 editions are there. Now recently they have published 9th edition of the MLA style handbook. So if you are using MLA format, then you should keep track of all the papers, books, films, internet articles, or we can say even social media, things like Twitter. So we need to cite each and everything by referring and by giving credit to that person. Unless if we don't give proper credit to that person, then it comes under plagiarism. So the basic tenet for writing the bibliography in this format is like most others. So more or less APA and MLA style of writing bibliography is same one, as I have already mentioned that every bibliography, whenever you are citing any example, then author name is there, title, publisher, published year, and the page numbers where the information cited is taken. So we need to cite all those things. But when you are writing all those things, what we need to do is here, thesis, you will probably have moments where you feel inspired, but those moments are unlikely to come up writing the bibliography. So bibliographies can often be as boring. Sometimes it feels boring, and in the course of writing the thesis, we forget to give proper content or thing that we need to cite in the bibliography. We forget all those things. So bibliographies can often be boring as they are dry, but they give you your reader a bird's eye view of the research you have conducted, and are a great way to impress someone without writing a single word of your own. So what kind of references, what kind of bibliographical references you have chosen for things. So choosing a citation style is very important. First thing, there are a lot of citation styles, as I have already mentioned, Harvard, MLA, and API out there, but it isn't easy to choose one, especially since the difference between them can seem so light that first check and see if your research supervisor have or has explicitly requested that you use a particular specific style. There is no fixed rule that we need to follow MLA handbook or API style. So if so, make sure it depends upon research supervisor and research scholar. So if so, make sure that you honor that request. If not, see if your department has a prefer or your university has preferred some style. Most of the time, MLA handbook is used in the humanities thing, and API is used for science stream. So if your professor doesn't assign a specific style and your department does not have any requirement of a particular style, then it never hurts to use the most popular style, that is MLA style. So this one is quite popular as far as in humanities stream is concerned. So next thing is sticking to your citation style. This is very much important thing, that the citation style you choose won't be as important as your ability to use it. So consistency is a very important aspect while writing bibliography. For example, do not use the Chicago style or Harvard style to cite books and then switch to APA style for social media. So it's a looks very funny thing whenever you are writing bibliographical references. So being consistent does not mean that you have to use the same style throughout your academic career. So, but we need to be sticked whenever you have chosen for particular book or for particular thing, thesis, or for writing a particular research article. But we must use it throughout our thesis. Whatever the creative work you are writing. So a bibliography serves to clarify your research sources, and inconsistency can make finding and identifying the information you use more confusing, which essentially defeats the purpose of your research thesis. So the sticking to our citation style is a very important aspect of our research. Then what we need to do is picking sources. So it is very important to use a range of sources in your bibliography. It is not mandatory that always we need to look into research articles. So if every article we cite is from the same journal, for example, it may appear that you did not put a lot of time into researching your topic. So it is also important to use a range of primary and secondary sources in your bibliography, so that you have a good combination of original and critical material. Just make sure that we don't pad our bibliography with sources that look good but that aren't used for a purpose. If you are writing on a particular if your title is, so we should not take any only popular sources. So whatever the sources we have used, it is mandatory to cite all those sources. So most importantly, picking up sources, there is a, we can say, Wikipedia is never considered a legitimate source in academic writing. So don't go for Wikimedia kind of sources. So make sure not to cite Wikimedia in your bibliography. I am not talking about other citation. from internet. But Wikipedia, everyone can add information related to that topic. So generally, it doesn't have that kind of authentic and information in Wikipedia. So picking up sources from a well-known primary and secondary sources is a very important aspects whenever you are writing your research topic. So proofreading is also an important aspect of your thesis, that we should start our thesis well before it's due and give ourselves enough time to revise many different drafts with the help of professors and classmates and friends. But sometimes the bibliography is a last minute addition. So flashcard kind of a technique that we need to use. We need to prepare different kinds of cards, and whenever you are writing your thesis, so write down the references, sources which you have used. For example, if you have visited a particular library, then if you find out a very informative information there, and then write down the references, sources you have used from that. Prepare, be ready with a kind of a diary or flashcard kind of things, tools. Even if you finish your bibliography hours before the thesis is due, it should look clean and professional one. So there should be informality in your, whenever you are writing your bibliography. While the bibliography may be the last part of the thesis that you write, keep in mind that it may be the first part of your thesis that your professor or committee members recommends it. So they will want to check that you have properly researched your topic or not. It all review of literature is very important aspects, and we can check it how much depth you have gone through your thesis. So don't lose very important aspect of your thesis, that we need to do proofreading again and again whenever we are writing a particular topic. So let us talk about Modern Language Association of America. This one is first thing. Now we need to take, and I will go very slowly so that we can grasp what is the recent style of writing, MLA style. So according to 9th edition, whenever you are taking online resources, so first thing, I have cited one example here. First thing what we need to do is instructions last name, that is itself. Then we need to give comma, then first name, then full stop, then double inverted comma. We need to write title of handbooks or notes from online, wherever you have taken these resources. Full stop and double inverted comma, close. Then we need to write name of course, Economics 121, then date of handbooks was received, that is 10th April 2019. And then university or college, University of Portland or whatever things. Then we need to write here full stop, and then URL is mandatory. URL is the link that we need to put there, and then give the full stop, accept date, and then need to write class handout. So these are the things recommended by MLA handbook according to 9th edition. If you see the print kind of a thing, if you are using resources for print kind of a thing, so Here, instructor's last name is there, Doe. Then give the comma, and then first name, Mark, full stop. Same thing, double inverted comma, title of notes, prints or online, the same thing, full stop, double inverted comma, close. Name of course is very important thing. Date handout
Excuse me,
was
sir.
received. Sorry.
Excuse me, sir. This is MLA 9th edition. Na?
Yes, yes.
Kindly
Yeah,
10 for poetry also, sir.
Sorry.
Sir, I want to know about poetry lines also.
ma'am, if you don't
Okay,
mind,
okay,
can we take questions at the end? That will be very good. If we can take
okay.
questions at the end of the session,
First,
Okay,
we
that
will
will be
go
okay,
through,
okay, sir.
and I will try my best
better.
to
I think
give everything. Okay.
Okay, fine, sir.
Okay. So here I'm talking about print kind of a things. Okay. So critical English, that is the name of the course, date, handout was received, and the name of the university and class handouts. So if you see now, print kind of a things, your poetry thing is also comes under online or offline, that is print. But anyway, we can talk, and it comes under all those things, don't worry. So conference proceedings or paper, if you are using conference proceedings or paper, then what we need to do is author's last name, comma, first name, then full stop, and conference title is in italics and comma, conference date and location, publisher and date of publication is mandatory here in conference proceedings or paper writing. So this is a very important things. If you can write, if there are more than mm, mm, 2 3 authors, we write in generally et al, right? So this is the et al is for more than 2 or 3 authors we use. Okay, so if you go for dissertation or thesis, if you are using, as I have already mentioned, that we generally do not cite uh, only single book or only one journal. We need to cite different kind of, we need to explore different kind of sources, online, print, dissertations. Okay, so dissertations, different thesis. We are not the first one who are doing the research on that particular topic, are we? We are not doing uh, the thesis or dissertation for the first time. Many of the research scholars of different universities must have been worked on that particular topic. So we need to visit different libraries and find out the sources. We need to cite all those dissertation theses in our review of literature and tell how our research is different from the previous research scholar who have already worked on it. So our thesis is uh, clarity or superiority of your thesis depends upon your bibliography as well as the kind of resources you have used. So dissertation, we need to, while writing the dissertations references, we need to write author's last name, comma, first name. We need to write sometimes initial of the middle name, then full stop, title of the thesis or dissertation, subtitle if given, okay, year of the thesis published online, like Shodh Ganga is there, then PhD dissertation or MPhil dissertation, database name we need to write. So in general, we need to focus on all those things. Then if we talk about lecture notes, uh, well-known speakers, like someone is talking about Braj Kachuru or linguistic part. So we need to, if we are listening to that particular lecture, we need to cite that thing as well in our instructor's last name, comma, first name, title of the lecture, name of the course, like, right, data lecture occurred, university or college, and then class lecture. We need to write all those things. The same way, if we, the previously ma'am has delivered one talk on some, you can write down ma'am's name, surname, then give the comma, first name, then full stop, title of ma'am's lecture, full stop, double inverted comma, close. Then we need to write the name of the course, whatever the tools and techniques of research, a date a lecture occurred, and the who has organized that lecture, and class lecture we need to write at the end. So this is the thing that we need to mention. Personal unpublished works and blogs. This is also a very important thing. Now, if you have seen, self-plagiarism thing has already occurred in our research things. Self-plagiarism. What is self-plagiarism? That is, we, can anyone give me what is self-plagiarism?
Quoting our own work.
Yes, sir, I can. Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Plagiarism means, sir, if we are using someone other's work and giving our name and hiding everything, that it is shown that we have done this all work, and but original work is the someone else's work.
You are
So
absolutely right. I am talking about self-plagiarism.
self-plagiarism.
Yes.
Self-plagiarism is using that work twice. I am not sure that I am
No,
right.
it is not that. It is
Copying
that
one
what
work,
we do it,
copying
what
one
work
work.
we have done, and from there, if we quote, taking from our own work, and if we quote,
Sir,
that is known as self-plagiarism.
can I, sir?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, please, one by one. It takes up.
Self-plagiarism is also known as auto-plagiarism. So when we committed the previous work as giving a titles, same titles, without asking permission to professor, sir.
Okay, somehow.
No.
No, not like that.
Yes.
No, sir.
Exactly, it's not like.
Suppose if I have written a thesis, and then if I'm writing a paper, and if I'm quoting the same line from my thesis, that is known as self-plagiarism.
Yes. Whatever Shanti ma'am has told is absolutely correct one. Most of the time, it comes under the norms of UGC. Now, UGC has given us ban also self-plagiarism kind of a things. So we cannot publish the same article twice. The same thing, we should not take the same paragraph of even though it is written by ourselves. Okay, it is, even though it is written by you, we should not take the same paragraph for the next kind of article. So, and UGC has banned all those kind of self-plagiarism kind of things. Separate GR has, I think, published few months before, and it comes under self-plagiarism kind of things. So even if you are citing that paragraph, or if you feel like it is very mandatory for your research work, then we need to cite under the personal or unpublished kind of a work. So I think whose voice is coming? Dr.
Yeah, requesting all participants, please have the code of ethics.
Okay.
Just at the beginning of this session, and also
It's okay, sir.
internal.
No problem, sir. Yeah. So it comes under personal unpublished kind of thing. So what I'm saying here is personal. If you are writing, even though you have written the article related, and now if you have seen just 3-4 according to new guidelines by the UGC, and new NEP. So 2 mandatory articles have been removed, and it is going to be removed. Before submitting our thesis, it is mandatory for, previously it was mandatory for research scholar to publish at least 2 articles. So but it has been removed now. And the thing is that previously what happened, that they were writing that article, and of course it was the condition that the article should be related to your topic, and somehow the content was appeared in the thesis and the same content was appeared in the research article. So it comes under plagiarism. So but that norms have been changed, and we should not publish the same article twice as well. Even if you have by mistake, if you have published it, wherever you are applying, you can show it only one article which has been, if you feel like important one. So author's last name is mandatory whenever you are writing blogs or personal or unpublished work kind of a thing. So here author's last name, then comma, first name or username if real name not provided actually. So full stop, title of the blog post which you have used, name of blog, and a blog network or a publisher if given. Then we need to write a day, month, year of blog post. So URL of blog post is mandatory, and accessed day, month, year blog was visited. So these are the things we need to see. Here, one more important aspect is that modern MLA style is PowerPoint slides for Moodle kind of things. So here, instructor's last name, comma, first name, then title of the PowerPoint presentation, full stop, and the title of the course, date of PowerPoint presentation, name of university, Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, whatever it may be. So we need to provide every kind of things here. So as per the guidelines given by MLA handbook. So PowerPoint slides from website, if you are using for website thing, kind of a thing. So here most of the time we use resources from website, different kind of websites. There are very good websites which provide a very good PowerPoint presentation by different scholars. So author's last name, comma, first name, title of the PowerPoint presentation, website publisher, creation date, URL, and Microsoft PowerPoint presentation that we need to write. So it should have the clear-cut idea of things. Here it comes under what ma'am has requested before my talk, that review of book, play, movie, poem, right? So we can find reviews in multiple sources like newspapers, magazines, journals, poems, everywhere, right? Please see elsewhere on this guide, and whenever you are using such kind of reviews or poems or creative section, we need to write clear cut author's last name, comma, first name, full stop, title of the review or subtitle if any, then review of play, right, book or movie we can say, title, then by playwright who has written, right, author or poet, then name of the periodical where it has been published, and then give the comma, then date of publication, and page number is very much important here also. So this is a very important thing that we need to follow. Now social media is very much popular, and we can see many people, and Twitter is considered as a very, it's like a statement like given by judge or like these things. So Twitter is very much popular kind of social media things, and many people use Twitter media as an authentic kind of source. So Twitter handle, whenever you are using any kind of resources, so first thing we need to use is first name and last name if known and given, Twitter handle, whatever the Twitter handle name is given. Then give the full stop, write the entire tweet word for word there, and then full stop, double inverted comma, Twitter. We need to write day and month, year of tweet, right? Then comma, time of tweet is also we need to write, and then URL. You can provide the URL of their things. So what I am trying to say is that that every thesis is standard format must contain a bibliography which lists all the sources used or consulted in writing the entire thesis and is placed at the end of the work. So there should be uniformity whenever you are writing the bibliography. The complete citations are arranged alphabetically by last name of the author. Individual citations are not numbered. We need to think like we don't give the numbering of numbered at the end of for the bibliography section. So no abbreviations in titles of published works will be accepted. We should not write abbreviations in bibliographical kind of things. So the full title of the book, journal, website, periodicals, proceedings, or any other published work must be cited, and it should not be we can say that abbreviations should not be allowed in the bibliography kind of a things. So actually ma'am, Shailaja ma'am has suggested me to talk about MLA kind of a things, but whenever when I was going through this was the according to MLA 8 edition, and in the MLA 8 edition the print book examples have been given. So if you are writing, you can take the screenshot of a print kind of a book with examples, right? Author says last name is their first name, and we can write down full stop, then the title of the source, okay, full stop. Whatever the style you are using, either 8 or 9, we need to be uniform throughout our thesis. So it's not mandatory that we need to follow 8th edition or 7th edition or 9th edition or API style or MLA style or Chicago style. That is not the thing. Wherever we feel comfortable, we can write or use by consulting your research supervisor. So book with 2 authors, book with 3 or more authors, book with translator or other contributors, we can write down according to 8th edition. Here, just for our reference kind of things, I would like to give few style of writing according to APS style. If you are using for research articles or those who are from science stream, print books and e-books without DOI number. So print books and e-books basic format is author's last name is given, right? Ref, then give the comma, then first initial, full stop. Then we can give in bracket date, title, full stop, title in italics, full stop, publisher, right? And DOI number. Here somehow it has been missed, but we need to write all those things without a DOI. Okay, but with a DOI number, we need to write the same kind of things with the author's last name, first initial, middle initial, date, full stop, title, right? Same thing, kind of a things. Title in italics, full stop, publisher, full stop, then DOI number if it is given, right? Here DOI number is given. Here, chapter in an edited book without DOI. So here the same kind of things, chapter, author, last name, comma, first initial, comma, full stop, middle initial, full stop, then date in brackets, chapter title, in editor's first initial, look at here, and the last name and editor's first initial, last name, book title, and here book title is given, and edition, where which edition, with page numbers, and publisher. We need to write a chapter in an edited book with a DOI. If you are using without a DOI number of a kind of print book, the same kind of things, author's last name, comma, first initial, full stop, then year of date of, we can say year, and then title in italics, publisher, with without a DOI number, the things which here I have talked about. Majority part of my talk is related with plagiarism. Either if you are writing the whole thesis, or your research, you can get the recognition by writing your thesis or research article. So we need to be free, it should be free from plagiarism. And majority of the universities from across India have allowed us to check our plagiarism before submitting our final thesis. So they are using like softwares like Turnitin or Urkund kind of things. So Grammarly is also paid one, but we can check it in our resources at our home itself. So all in all, what I'm trying to say through my talk is that properly acknowledging the outside research that you used within your thesis is very crucial aspect of your writing your thesis. So our bibliography generally is a list of all the ideas, text, graphics, and the data used in our thesis. So it is not mandatory that only content should be used. Ideas are also important. Graphics are also important. We need to give the proper credit to who have done that kind of a survey data, collected that kind of a data whenever you are writing thesis. So it may include work cited in our thesis or information you simply consulted. So compiling our bibliography may take a longer to write and organize than we expect. So work on compiling bibliography on days where you are not in a writing mood. So we can use flashcard kind of tools, or we can prepare one diary. And if you feel bored whenever you are writing a thesis, we can collect and write a bibliographic kind of things. There are several different formats for bibliographies, writing bibliography, that I have already mentioned. That popularly, as I have already mentioned, that the most frequently used style, API style for sciences and MLA style for humanities. But Chicago's kind of a style is also there. So thank you very much, one and all, and the convener, President Cape Cameron Trust and Government Degree College, and Dr. Shailaja for share my views in front of such a learned and scholarly participants from
नहीं नहीं
different.
भैया
Professor sir.
Thank you, Professor Prashant. Wonderful and excellent presentation on how to choose
करो phone.
ML style. Really, you have done a
ऐसे
remarkable presentation on. I request the participants, please keep your audio muted, please. So, Professor Prashant, there was a point from you. Literally, it is review of the literature, which is the depth of any research study. And of course, the notion from your presentation was that UGC has taken many reformative measures in order to combat the notions of this plagiarism, which is, of course, a concern for all researchers across the country. Thank you very much. I'm equally presenting my thanks to you. So, moving towards the questions, participants one by one, please.
Yeah,
Yes,
can I
sir.
ask
Yes.
just
Yeah,
one
one by
minute?
one.
Yeah.
Please.
I just wanted to know that, Dr. Prashant, when it is a TED talk, suppose when we are quoting, how do you quote? Because the TED talks are organized and then the date is not mentioned, and how to quote TED talks.
During my talk, I have already mentioned about films, and
Yeah.
TED Talks also comes under that category.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. May I, sir?
Please.
Please.
Hanji, sir. So why MLA only? If a question is asked to us in the Viva or during synopsis, that why you select MLA? So should my answer be that MLA is for literature, means for humanities, as my domain is English literature. So that's why I have selected MLA 9th edition. This is my first out, sir.
I can give you guarantee that no one will ask you that kind of a question, that why you have chosen this kind of a style. But they will definitely raise one question. If you don't uniformly follow that kind of a style, whichever style if you and your research supervisor has chosen, it should have uniformity throughout your thesis.
Yes, sir. As our supervisor has said that use MLA 9th. So I am using MLA 9th edition.
They will ask you why you have chosen.
Okay, sir. I think this is the stupid question, but I want to make my doubt clear.
Actually, this question, but is a very genuine one. That is not the question, ma'am. But the thing is that I have done my research from Pune University.
Okay.
And in 2010.
Okay.
But during that time, Dr. Sridhar Gokhale sir was my teacher, and he taught me his style of writing bibliography way back in 2000. But we have followed, and everyone has accepted, because there was one particular style of writing bibliography, and we have followed it. So no one questioned, but we have done what we have done throughout our thesis. We have followed it.
Okay, sir. My second doubt is that I only do referencing in MLA 9th edition by manually, like I manually type this and that, then writer's name, then publisher's name, date, year, everything. Software, is there any software that works very correctly? Actually, I couldn't find such kind of software.
Yeah, it's a very good question, I think, Professor Prashant, because there are some softwares like Mendeley is there for reference.
There might be certain softwares, but I am not used with a certain kind. Of course, there will be. They may, because every part we can find out different kind of techniques, tools, and softwares. Even we can just before lockdown, I have seen one mobile application as well regarding. We can just put that every information in that application, and automatically that application generate bibliographical references. But technology is always useful for many things. For
okay, so
learning.
Mendeley is we can say
I don't.
suitable or a good?
It's a software. It's used for references. Of course, it's a very good software and commonly used in research industry nowadays. You can use it. There is no problem at all.
Okay, okay. Sir, my
What
third
is the
doubt.
name of? I'm learning from this. I'm not user friendly actually with that kind of.
Reference Mendeley, you can use it from Google. It's accessible there. It's very
Okay.
common.
Reference Mendeley? Mendeley or Mendel, sir?
Mendeley, Mendeley.
Mendeley.
Can
Okay,
you
sir.
here we upload one PDF file, sir? Because I have one soft copy of MLA Handbook 9th edition, which has published 2021. So
And
if
sir,
participant is eager to have that kind of software,
yes, yes, sir. Yes, yes.
I can upload it here. But is there any option to upload?
Yes, ma'am, sir. My last doubt is that actually you have made it clear that we can't use same thing in thesis and same in research paper. If I have used one reference or citation or any name of any writer in research paper, and it can't be used twice in thesis.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, can I speak?
Yes,
speak?
yes, of course. You can speak, sir.
Sir, good evening, Dr. Prashant, sir. I am Dr. Kamasai, Professor of Law, KIT University, Andhra Pradesh. I have
Yes,
two
sir.
doubts. As a law professor, I guide my research scholars. We have to cite so many judgments, observations, sections, enactments. But always we get the menace of the plagiarism, how to overcome that.
Sir, now every university is having that kind of software, sir. So
Okay.
they will not, the thesis will not be accepted.
60%, 70% plagiarism.
Not, sir. Now it is below 10%.
Yeah. But as a law scholars, there were no other go but to cite enactments names, statutes names, judges names, citations,
No,
sections.
sir, that Urkund or Turlit software, there is one option that it cite without quoted things and it comes below 10%. So if we have quoted different quotations from different books,
Sir.
there is one option we can exclude that kind of quotations whenever we are applying to that software, and then it comes below 10%. There is a different kind of options.
Thank you very much, sir. One more clarification I need. Sir, in some universities, they are suggesting to keep review of literature as a separate chapter, research problem as a separate chapter. What is your advice?
It depends upon what kind of topic it is, because if you are working, if any research college is working in the stream of ELT, because I am a language or literature student, so I can give an example of only language and literature only. So
I'm a lot of literature.
How can we create a different chapter for review of literature in ELT? So it's not we can have, but review of literature is mandatory. That thing I can accept it, but there is no need for separate chapter unless and until
it is topic
depends upon topic.
So kind of, sir, nice enlightenment. Your lecture really academic refreshment.
Thank you, sir.
Again, sir.
And today's dinner. Thank you so much.
I appreciate your generous comments, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Brevity is soul of it. That's what Shakespeare said. For your lecture. Thank you so much.
Hello. Hello, sir. Yes. I again want to say something that if we are doing our work with dedication and we haven't tried to copy paste anything, but we are using only quotations of writers with their names, with their references, then I think it doesn't come under plagiarism.
No, it doesn't come under plagiarism.
Okay. If we copy paste and we are cheating ourselves That is the main thing, or that is the main concern for plagiarism.
Yes, yes. Copying
Okay.
from internet and uh, sources, different sources, it comes under plagiarism. But any idea, plagiarism has a very different. We can give the separate lecture on it. So
Okay.
even ideas are plagiarized.
Ma'am, for your kind information, we have a separate session on how to manage plagiarism in
Okay.
Yes.
research. That's
Okay.
following in the
Okay.
next
Thank.
presentation, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. You can easy. Yeah,
Thank you,
next, please.
sir.
Any questions, please? So, once again, thank you very much, Professor Prashant, for your trailblazing session. So, with these,
Hello.
we are. Yeah, yeah,
Hello.
please. Yes, 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 sir,
Hello.
please.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, sir. Please,
Okay,
please.
thank you, sir. I have a small question to Prashant, sir. Sir,
Definitely.
if a web page has nothing but a title on it, and I have no idea who has authored it, how this can be
Sorry,
cited as a source?
your voice is not clearly audible. Please.
Sir, if a
Pardon?
web page has nothing on it but just a title, and I have no idea who has authored it, then how this can be cited as a source? I'm talking of web page. Web page, only there's a title on it. I have
His
no idea who has authored it.
his simple question is saying, sir, is saying if he has taken some web page, but there
Yes,
is no
yes, yes.
source, there is no, I mean to say, source about the author, about the
Yes,
web,
yes.
other things. Only the title is there. How can we take this as a bibliography or source, we can say?
Source. Yes,
Even
yes, yes.
sometimes there are
I'm-
no page number also.
Definitely.
Yeah. So in that case, what we
Prashant,
should
sir,
First, I would like to answer Ahmed sir's question that I'm sure that Google won't allow anyone's without if there is no author name or like kind of a things.
Yes.
Well, I'm not sure about which kind of a page you are talking about, because whenever we are uploading any kind of source, except
Yes, sir.
Wikipedia, and I don't suggest Wikipedia kind of a material, right? If you find out e-journals, whatever the content is there, there must be author's name. You can just give me one example where we can't find out author's name. So I will say that just you can use that idea if you really feel that this idea is very important for your research, then you can use it, but URL must be there. You can use it with the help of URL. You can
Yes, sir.
cite in your thesis
you
URL,
are
bibliography, like this section.
okay.
Okay, sir. I have one more question, sir. Please.
Yes, bibliography.
What about information obtained from a credible source verbally? If I have obtained some important information from a credible source verbally, is that information, can we cite that information? And what is the procedure?
Verbally, I
Yes,
have
sir.
given no lecture. You can use the kind of a lecture kind of a things.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it comes under that kind of a lecture kind of a thing.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.